real quick, I just want to do an overview and explain HELOCs and what they are. And ultimately, if you have a house that you've either lived in or an investment property and you've owned it for any length of time, what you're going to see is each time you pay the mortgage, you're going to pay down a certain amount of the principal. And each time you do that, you have more equity in the home. Well, if you are one of the people that have purchased a property recently, or you got a really low interest rate up front, the chance of you wanting to do a refinance anytime soon is probably really slim since interest rates have gone way up. So one way that you could tap into that equity and utilize it for additional investments, albeit just investing in the market, which I don't think is a good idea, or buying additional real estate assets. Or we've got some of our private lenders who use their equity in their home to do hard money loans and private lending for us. And we acquire and rehab properties and just pay them interest on a monthly basis. So you're able to do a lot of really cool things with the equity in your home. And if you're not interested in refinancing the main mortgage that you have, then the main tool available to you is a home equity line of credit, or a HELOC, HELOC. And ultimately, it operates very similar as a credit card would. You do not pay. Let's say you have a $50,000 home equity line of credit. If you do not use any of that money, then you owe no interest on a monthly basis. However, if you spend $50,000 of that, then you only need to pay back the interest of that on that $50,000 while that is deployed. And then the moment you pay back that $50,000, you no longer owe any interest again. So it's a pretty fun tool, pretty powerful. Most home equity lines of credits have like a 10-year borrowing period and then like a number of years of payback afterwards, where if there's still an outstanding balance, you're not going to be able to borrow against it. They might amortize it out for you so that you can get it paid off. But I will say that as you're utilizing these home equity lines of credits, the only thing that I would use it for is acquiring additional cash flow assets or making investments that have cash flow associated with it. So I wouldn't do anything speculative where you're buying like a cryptocurrency or a stock that you are expecting to go up, but in the interim, pays you nothing. I think one of the most secure things that you could do with your funds is use a home equity line of credit on a cash flow or income producing investment, and then use those funds to pay back that home equity line of credit and kind of profit off the delta. Because these home equity lines of credits are collateralized with your home, generally you're able to get a lower interest rate on them. So we have some of our private lenders who will, have a HELOC at 5 or 6%, and then they'll lend the money to us at 12%. So they're making 6% on essentially not really doing anything, but utilizing the equity inside of their home. Really solid option for people that were able to lock in great first position mortgages and are sitting in a spot where you have a lot of equity inside your home and you're looking to deploy it. If you live in the house, it is significantly easier to get a home equity line of credit. If it is an investment property, then you are going to have a lot of calling banks ahead of you to figure out which of your local or regional banks are interested in doing a line of credit on top of an investment property. It does exist. We have done it. However, they're hard to find. It's a very difficult and rare product. So in the event that you find it, definitely let anybody else know that has some high equity rental properties and that bank did that for you. And then you'll make a lot of friends really quickly.
Thanks for watching that clip. I thought that was a good question. And I think you can ask good questions too. Join us every Friday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for a live stream Q&A where we answer plenty of questions just like this one. In the meantime, consider subscribing to the channel if you want more of this content. And if you want to increase your deal flow, analyze properties better, and help me feed my family, click the link below for a free 7-day trial of PropStream.